Hey guys, what is up? We're back for another spooky Saturday, and of course, we're starting off with the summer Hikaru dies. And the last episode, which was episode 8, it's getting dire, and I don't know how they're going to solve any of this. So, both Hikaru and Yoshiki are figuring out a way on how to basically quote unquote kill Hikaru, right? And Hikaru, not understanding fully, because again, it's not the real Hikaru or anything of that sort, not understanding the value of human life, decided, hey, since you care so much, have a piece of my back. But because of that, Hikaru is not at, I guess you could say, at full capacity. And he is what was keeping the mysterious and the supernatural away from Yoshiki. But now that he's kind of a little bit weaker, they are now coming at full force. And it looked like they were going to be done for at the end of the episode until Miss K came through, or Miss Y. I'm gonna call her Miss K, came through, and she give a dap, and it's gone. Now, does that mean she's going to notice that Hikaru isn't really Hikaru and is going to try and keep him away from Yoshiki? I'm not too sure, and I don't know how this is going to play out. So without further ado, and before I get to that, I want to thank this month's Patreon by the name of Green Tea. Thank you for the support. You are a sweet bean, and let's get into the summer Hikaru died, episode 9. End of. Why they're opening up showing I'm sorry, but that moment, it felt like the hand from JoJo's Bizarre Part 4. The hand. I'm sorry. Like they cut out showing them walking to the car and instantly cut. Unless we're going back into Hikaru's memories this episode, starting from his dad's passing. Oma and Takara. Does she? Yeah, that thing don't look right. Terribly old and powerful impurity, a curse of sorts. Yeah, yeah. In their world, are closer to. Yeah, and he destroyed that barrier. Like what, episode 6? Oh, oh, so she can send them back. Okay, okay, Miss K. Oh, because he is the impurity. Mm. Yeah, pretty much, because he destroyed the barrier. You were 2 seconds away from just taking her out, and now you're just, oh my god. I know she can tell something's off. She's smiling, but I'm like, I spoke too soon. Oh, her husband. What? What? Oh. Oh. What if that? I mean, she's taking it, she's not being harsh on Yoshiki, even though she did warn him. That is true. I think. Mm, mm. I guess he can learn humanity through Yoshiki, except for him. Yeah, you see, yeah, yeah. What the frig? Hey, 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 hey! I don't like that. I don't like that. Why? What? Ow! That hurt. Oh. I figured she was gonna do something. What? Except for Miss K, she's the only one. Is that who's that for? Oh, is that for, is that for the real Hikaru? I think he made that gravesite for the real Hikaru. Dang, that sucks. Oh, he hasn't. So you're deflecting. In other words, you did like Hikaru, but he's not really here, so. Why you don't want him to be like human? Then he has to take on a whole new look. I am conflicted. Okay. No family. You're literally Nanuki right there. Because it's literally Nanuki. That's a god. He just took over. He could the barrier was broken at the time of the ritual. Yeah. I mean, but she also told you don't continue to mix or else. You see the whole print mark on his arm. Mm. Who's Sakura? I wonder if it's that guy that we saw in earlier episodes. Oh, who are you? Why? Why you want Miss K for? Oh, so they're coming after you? Oh, wow. What did they do? So what did his family do that has to be? He doesn't know. What did they do? Oh, oh, what are you? Oh, what? Okay, so clearly Miss K knows that Hikaru isn't Hikaru. Of course, she can because she's a medium. And she has the ability to send impurities, curses, spirits back to where they belong. But again, she is older, so she only has a certain window of time before she can't do it any longer. And there needs to be a way to stop these impurities from infiltrating more into the village and causing more casualties along with aka more deaths. Now, again, remember, she warned Yoshiki that the longer he stays with the false Hikaru, the more he's going to be mixed. And because of that, him being mixed with basically an entity that's not human is going to attract him, just like how Hikaru currently right now is as a connected with the two, like a flashpoint on this tower, or like a, think of like this, like a light that attracts bugs. So the bugs are the impurity and the curses in the village, and Hikaru is that flashing light which attracts them. So as long as Yoshiki again is sticking with the fake Hikaru, he along is going to attract these entities towards him, and they're going to attack him because they want to get closer to Hikaru. And I noticed this since the first episode and everything, but Nanuki has taken over Hikaru's body. Now, obviously, there is this whatever that curse that took over the old Takada's body and everything. That curse looks like it knows about the Indo family and what they did all those years, like hundreds of years ago or something of that sort. Whatever they did that has to force them, where the men in that family has to go and do this ritual yearly to keep Nanuki at bay on the mountains. Because people used to, back in the day, as they clearly told again in this episode, and they did 3-4 episodes ago, that people of during those times used to pray and give offerings to Nanuki. And then all of a sudden, when a famine came about, and on top of whatever the Indo family did, caused people to curse at Nanuki, and then Nanuki decided in return to curse the village. So in order to pacify Nanuki, the Indo family, for whatever they did, has to now go and commit to this ritual till the remaining days, till Nanuki says, you know what, enough is enough, you guys paid your dues, everything is okay. And the day that Hikaru was supposed to go and complete that ritual, and something tells me that ritual is basically the death of that male family member within the Indo family. So regardless of the fact whether Hikaru died due to that landslide or anything of that sort, I think that sacrifice is to sacrifice a family member, because then Hikaru's dad would still be alive. And if I remember correctly, it's when he went to go do the ritual that they found that his dad already died. He passed away. So something tells me that ritual to pacify Nanuki-sama is sacrifice, a sacrificial ritual. And they just don't really go into deep details about that. They try to keep it as limited as is so it doesn't scare any family member from not committing to that ritual to protect the entire village. But unfortunately, because Nanuki was at the time where the ritual was supposed to happen, right? And Hikaru could not fulfill that ritual, it caused that barrier that was on the mountain to keep Nanuki at the top of that mountain for another year. It broke. And because Nanuki is essentially an entity that resides and is topped over every other entity, aka a god, the god has such powers and presence that it's like it, and then he has the ability to break the barriers that's around the village that keeps other curses, spirits, ghosts, and all that stuff at bay. And he did that during the festival in episode 5 or episode 6. He broke it. He broke it when he was trying to get close, when he was trying to walk with them to wherever they were walking, and he accidentally broke that barrier, or he purposely did. So Nanuki, so long as he's still around with Yoshiki, he's gonna cause way more problems. And this is where my guy, I don't remember his name, but glasses dude, he's like, oh, I know who you are, because he bucked up into Yoshiki last episode. So he's like, I see. You're no different from me. And he was able to trail and find where they're at. So this leads to like possibly next episode that Hikaru attacks him because he cut off his head, or they all work together to find a way to make Hikaru go back to the mountains. And not only that, like it's kind of sad seeing in this episode that like Yoshiki, yes, he keeps a fake Hikaru around because he can't conceptualize the fact that Hikaru is actually dead. And so to not cause any problems and to keep everybody safe, he keeps Hikaru by his side. But to see that like he created a little grave site for the real Hikaru and everything, and telling the false one that like the real Hikaru was a little, self-aware and everything, a little bit more mature and all that stuff. It's sad to see that, and to see like, the fake Hikaru is like, you used to like him, didn't you? And he couldn't answer that question. That tells you he did. He at least had feelings for his deceased best friend, and now he lost him. And so to keep him in memory, he's keeping this god by his side because he can't process nor let go. It's like too much. Like, remember, he found his dead body on the mountain. He did. So it's just like carrying that guilt and everything, and knowing that he couldn't protect him that day, and like those unreciprocated feelings, everything is just, yeah. So I don't know how next episode is. Like, I feel like once he reattaches himself back to his body, he's gonna want to attack him. But I think they may come to a conclusion like, I'll help you, you help me, but like there has to be something at the end of it. Like, this is what you gotta do. Like, if you want me to help you, you gotta do this. You gotta go back to the mountain because you're causing all these problems, and these problems are escalating more day by day. And we're gonna probably start seeing like characters who interact with Yoshiki and Hikaru starting to get hurt, because these spirits are getting stronger by the day. They are. And so yeah. Oh, it's not even that he trailed, that ghost, that same one that was in the last episode, passed through him, and he's just like, he saw the memory. So he didn't trace them down, he saw the memories. My bad. But nonetheless, if you guys already saw The Summer Hikaru Died, episode 9, do tell me in the comments below on how you felt about this episode. If you are a manga reader and you already saw this episode, of course, no spoilers, only talk about the chapter it was adapted from and how it translated to this episode. If you're first time like me, how do you feel about this episode? What do you think is going to happen for episode 10? And I'm almost done with all the shows that I missed for this year. And we're going to start off fresh and strong for 2026. So do drop in the comments of what is your winter lineup All right. The links are in the description box. And like I said before, to Sweet Green, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being a sweet bean. All right. And I'm Kimi-chan. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. With